Hey guys, this is Elements here. Finally has arrived. I've got my 4 set, so I thought I would try things out first and then make another video. Show you what you need to do to max out your Enhanced Shaman in Hellfire Citadel. So to start out, let's go over the talents you're going to want to run. And this is, again, once you get your 4 set, this is why I'm really excited about this, you can finally get rid of Primal Elementalist. It's no longer the best talent in the level 90 tier, and you now use Unleash Fury. And why is this good? Well, it makes your life so much easier. You now don't have a 5-minute cooldown, in which is such a major part of your damage that you have to figure out exactly when to use it in the fight in order to maximize. It just makes it way easier. Of course, you do still have your Fire Elemental totem, but all of your damage isn't tied up in that 5-minute cooldown. And you now, since you're using Unleash Fury, it's a sustained single target damage, and that's the talent of choice for your AoE. So you never have to change out of this. Fantastic. And then Liquid Magma, still you're going to want to run this. This is by far the best talent, and Echo of the Elements by far is the best talent. Why? Because of Soul Capacitor here. Um, Echo the Elements, again, it gives you 2 charges of Storm Strike, Lava Lash, and Fire Nova. And being able to Storm Strike and Lava Lash, let alone Fire Nova, during the Soul Capacitor proc is going to far outweigh any benefit you get from having haste from these things here, Ancestral Swiftness and Elemental Mastery. And Liquid Magma, it stacks all the damage it does will get absorbed in the Soul Capacitor 10-second absorb effect. So it turns this already powerful ability into a monstrously more powerful ability. Storm Elemental and Primal Elemental as your Fire Ele damage. Your Fire Ele and Storm Ele damage does not get absorbed by Soul Capacitor. So that's why Liquid Magma just, at this point far overtakes Storm Ele, and Echo of the Elements far overtakes the other two. Okay, so now that said, I'm going to try to keep this quick. 4 set. So what does your 4 set do? So your 2 set, every time you gain a Maelstrom weapon charge, you electrocute all enemies around you for this amount of damage that says in the tooltip is affected by your mastery. So you're probably going to be around, I'm at 1749 right now, somewhere around 2k total. I'm a little bit low on mastery at the moment, but and then the 4 set, your Maelstrom charges increase the damage done by your nature spells by an additional 8%, and you may now have a maximum of 10 Maelstrom charges, not 5. Now let's go over this. The first part of the 4 set, the Maelstrom charges increase your damage by your nature spells by an additional 8%. That does not stack. It is, as long as you have 1 charge, your nature spells will do 8% more damage. If you have 10 charges, your nature spells will deal 8% more damage. So that's all that does. The most important and exciting part of this, though, is your new stack count is up to 10. So I just want to demonstrate this for you guys. Again, I don't have any buffs right now. All that I'm buffed by is by my passive mastery. So I'm going to cast Lightning Bolt and let you see the damage here. Okay, it dealt 11,100 damage. I'm going to make sure I keep all my buffs off me. So 11,100 damage just as is. Same thing there. So now we're going to get some Maelstrom here. It'd be nice if I could cut it off at exactly 5. See what we can do. Okay, I'm at 5. So now let's look at what it deals at 5%, or 5 stacks. Of course it crit. Well, that's kind of unfortunate. So I'll do that again here, but first let me go through this. Your Maelstrom weapon, this is an enhanced passive. For every stack of Maelstrom you get, it will increase your damage of your nature spells by 20%, and it stacks up to 5 times. So at 5 stacks, it'll do 100% more damage. So let's try this again. Come on. Okay, we're at 5. I'm going to get rid of especially my mastery buff there. I'm going to get rid of my Unleashed Flame. Okay, so let's look at this. It crit again, motherfucker. Alright. You might just have to take my word for it. I did a lot of testing on this. Okay. Okay, 23k. That's pretty good. So basically, it shows you at 5 stacks, you'll deal 100% more damage on your lightning bolt. So, I mean, that makes sense. 11,000 with no stacks. With 5 stacks, it dealt, 23,000. So that's 100% more damage. Now, let's go up to 10 stacks. I mean, this is important. I wanted to show you guys this. Come on. At 10 stacks, I'll just break the suspense for you. It does not stack to 10. So, although if you read this tooltip, increased damage done by nature spells by 200%, this is not true. This is not true. If that was true, this lightning bolt will deal like 45,000 damage. It does not. See, 23,000. It's the same as 5 stack. Now I'll do that again. So it's the same amount of damage. So it does not stack up to 10 by the damage modifier. So that being said, and having the new stack count at 10, this is the real buff to enhancement set bonus wise. Now having it stacked to 10, this allows you to basically always be at least 5 stacks every time you cast Lightning Bolt. And you want to only ever cast Lightning Bolt when you use your Unleashed Fury. Remember, you're running this, so Unleash Elements, you get that buff, and the buff increases the damage of your Lightning Bolt by 30%. Boom. Of course it crit for 60k. But with that buff, 30% of 23k, roughly 30 to 32k damage is how much your Lightning Bolt will do. So that's the difference. Prior to this 2 and 4 set with HFC, you were hard casting Lightning Bolt ideally under 5 stacks, because you never wanted to take a chance of sitting at the max of 5 stacks and losing procs. So you were always casting, I was hard casting sometimes at 1, sometimes at 5, but anywhere under 5 stacks. So now we're doing this. You will always cast it during the buff of Lightning Bolt. So your total Lightning Bolt damage is going to go through the roof. Ultimately, it's going to end up being, around a 5 to 10k total damage increase, just going by my own testing in the raids, having the 2 and 4 set. Now, I want to say I'm disappointed with the 2 set. The 2 set really should be doing more damage than it does. It should be doing probably about 3 to 4k every time it procs. It doesn't. It mostly does around 2k. So, I mean, I'm disappointed with it. I had hopes for a while that it was actually going to do 10k DPS or damage every time it procced, and it doesn't. That would have been insane if it did. So ultimately, the 2 set, it's an extra, 4 to 5% total damage throughout the fight. That, that's just free damage that you're given. But it's not something that you manage. Originally, I was thinking, you would always want to stay, around 10 stacks to, get 200% damage to your Electrocute from the 2 set. It doesn't work. So ultimately, you just forget about your 2 set. You don't manage it. All that you're worried about managing is your Lightning Bolt, your Maelstrom procs, staying above 5 as much as possible. Casting 1, you can cast 2 Lightning Bolts if you're sitting at 10 stacks during Unleashed Elements, Unleashed Fury. You can do that. That's fine. But especially if you're riding in a capacitor proc, you definitely want to just use up those charges as best you can during that. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm going to make another short video coming up soon, talking about how to tweak your Enhance to maximize your damage. There's a lot of really small tricks that I do to squeeze out an extra couple thousand DPS doing just weird things that you would never think of. But I like to think of myself as the king of like low damage, just like maximizing, min-maxing your character. Yeah, so you can expect that coming out soon. If you have any questions, let me know. By the way, you need to weak ores or do something to track your Maelstrom. I got this off the internet, actually, Google, and modified it, put in a second row because it was made for just one. That's this right here. So you always want to know exactly how many stacks you're sitting at. Nug combo bar, which I've always used for the past several years, does not work for the 4 set. Sadly, it still only tracks 5. Oh well. But yeah, you need to track the number of your Maelstrom and the duration of your Unleashed Fury buff. Okay, that's it for now. I'll talk to you later, guys. Bye.